Did you know pulling an all-nighter can trigger your body's defense system like fighting off the flu? Why does skipping sleep make your brain resemble early dementia patients? How exactly does sleep deprivation rewire your stress hormones? Can chronic, late nights actually shrink critical brain regions? What invisible damage occurs when you sacrifice sleep for productivity? And most terrifying, could accumulated sleep debt permanently age your body faster? These are the hidden costs of burning the midnight oil that science is now revealing. When you miss just one night of sleep, your body reacts with the same inflammatory responses battling an infection. White blood cells surge while proteins linked to tissue damage spike by over 20%. This biological panic mode explains why exhausted people get sick easier and heal slower. Chronic sleep loss keeps this alarm system constantly activated, essentially putting your body through endless false emergencies that accelerate cellular aging. The inflammatory markers don't just temporarily rise, they fundamentally alter your immune system's programming, making you vulnerable to viruses you'd normally resist. Sleep-deprived individuals show significantly weaker antibody responses to vaccines, proving their defenses are compromised at the deepest level. Furthermore, this systemic inflammation damages blood vessels, increases insulin resistance, and creates the perfect storm for chronic diseases to develop years before they otherwise would have. The brains of sleep-deprived individuals show eerie similarities to early-stage dementia patients. MRI scans reveal identical patterns of shrinkage in memory centers like the hippocampus after prolonged wakefulness. Toxic waste proteins normally flushed during sleep instead accumulate, forming the same sticky plaques observed in Alzheimer's. Even one all-nighter causes measurable cognitive decline equivalent to being legally drunk, yet most people dangerously assume they're functioning normally. The scary parallel extends to neurotransmitter imbalances, with sleep loss depleting acetylcholine, just like dementia does. This crucial chemical for memory formation becomes so deficient that sleep-deprived brains struggle to consolidate new information or access recent memories. The neuronal damage becomes visible within days, showing how quickly neglect can mimic degenerative brain conditions that normally take decades to develop. Sleep disruption catastrophically impacts stress regulation. The amygdala, the brain's panic button, becomes hyperactive, while prefrontal cortex control weakens. This imbalance creates a vicious cycle where exhaustion amplifies emotional reactions, making you crave unhealthy coping mechanisms. Cortisol levels can remain elevated for days after poor sleep, essentially tricking your body into constant fight or flight mode that damages organs over time. The stress hormone cascade doesn't just affect mood, it physically reshapes your brain's structure, reducing gray matter in areas responsible for emotional control. Meanwhile, adrenaline surges become more frequent, training your nervous system toward anxiety responses even during minor stressors. This neurological rewiring explains why chronic poor sleepers often develop anxiety disorders, and why their stress responses remain heightened long after sleep improves. Neuroscientists discovered chronic late nights physically deteriorate gray matter. The brain literally eats itself, as sleep-deprived astrocytes start breaking down neural connections like a car, cannibalizing its own parts for fuel. Critical thinking regions lose density, while emotional centers become hypersensitive. This explains why exhausted people struggle with focus, yet experience intensified mood swings and irrational impulses. The self-cannibalization process, called phagocytosis, normally helps prune unnecessary connections during sleep, but goes into overdrive during prolonged wakefulness. Important synaptic networks get dismantled, while inflammatory microglia cells become overactive, attacking healthy neurons. This destructive process particularly targets the frontal lobe, eroding willpower and decision-making capacity, while making impulsive behaviors and addiction much harder to resist. The most insidious damage occurs at the chromosomal level. Telomeres, the protective caps on DNA strands, shorten dramatically with poor sleep, mimicking advanced aging processes. Studies show regular 6-hour nights age cells equivalent to nearly a decade of natural aging. This biological time acceleration increases risks for every major age-related disease, from heart failure to cancer, while making skin sag and wrinkles appear years prematurely. The telomere damage isn't just cosmetic, it affects every cell in your body, accelerating mitochondrial dysfunction that saps energy and weakens organs. Sleep-deprived individuals show the same oxidative stress markers as people 10-15 years older, with DNA repair mechanisms becoming significantly less effective. This cellular aging isn't fully reversible, meaning some accumulated damage becomes permanent after years of sleep neglect. Your body keeps the exact records of every lost hour of sleep and extracts payment with interest through hidden health consequences. The good news: most damage reverses when you prioritize consistent quality rest. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Thanks a bunch. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and family. Thanks a bunch.